For scientific research, I'm going to be wearing the same fragrance every single day for a week. At the end of that week, I'm going to tally up how many compliments I got each day and then repeat it in week 2 with an entirely different fragrance. After a year of doing this, that would have been 52 fragrances that I've put to the test, and I'll be able to work out which fragrance once and for all is truly the biggest compliment getter. One thing I didn't factor in though was how damn hard it would be to choose a fragrance to start this challenge with. Having over 300 bottles of cologne, I really should have seen this coming. Like, it literally took me over 20 minutes to decide which one to use. Azaro, the most wanted parfum, is one of the most hyped up and talked about designer fragrances of all time. So I was super curious to see how many compliments this one would get, and that's why I decided to choose this as the first fragrance to put to the test. To start off the week on Monday, I went with a safe and cool 5 sprays. I didn't know how weak or strong it was going to be off my skin, so at the time, this felt like a pretty safe bet to place.
The little scent bubble I have around me right now is just, it's sexy. I feel like I smell good right now.
I thought there was a pretty good shot of getting a compliment today because I had to go to my cafe for breakfast and all the workers there know me. I had to go to uni where most of the people in my little class group know that I like fragrances. And then I was off to the gym where, again, there was a good chance I would run into someone there that, you know, knows I'm into fragrances. So maybe they would want to smell me in a totally non-weird way. But of course, the cafe, no compliments, not a peep. And selfishly, I was kind of hoping / expecting, which is kind of sad. Uni and the gym though is where it got a whole lot more interesting because at both places, one guy asked me what fragrance I was wearing today. And both times they went to smell me and they both said that I smelled nice, but both of them said they could hardly smell it. One was like, yeah, that's a nice cologne, man. It's very subtle. I like that. I was like, it's not supposed to be subtle.
Apparently, I'm just not spraying enough of this fragrance.
It is now 5:47 p.m. on Monday, so day 1 of this challenge is officially completed with 0 official compliments. I've decided I'm going to count the 2 positive reactions to the fragrance as half a point each. I think if I had sprayed more, they would have said something and they would have had to get so close to me. So I'm going to count it as half a point, which means I got 1 compliment today. Tomorrow, I'm about to overspray the crap out of this fragrance because apparently it's just not projecting. I'll see you guys for day 2. It is officially Tuesday morning. It's like 9 a.m. And yes, day 1 of the challenge I wouldn't say was a success, but I have a good feeling about today because I'm going to a dentist appointment where I'm about to suffocate him. So I'm going to force him to say something. And then I'm going out to lunch with 3 friends that always like to know what fragrance I'm wearing. So I'm hoping if I just use the right number of sprays, it's going to be a good day for compliments. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Monday, I think the mistake was keeping it too much around my neck. So I'm going to start spreading it out a little bit across the body. So now hopefully my scent trail will push out a bit more. Right? Nothing. Not a peep or a whisper about my fragrance at the dentist appointment. I was convinced for some reason that he was going to say something, but no. I'm about to go to the lunch now with my friends. I decided to give a little top up. Hopefully, who knows? Maybe it just needs to top up to get that extra bit of projection. I have a good feeling about this lunch with my friends. Just pray for me. Pray for me. If you're not going to give me a compliment, go away. Well, apparently less is more when it comes to fragrance because as you guys saw, I sprayed on even more when I went to the lunch. Guess what? Not a single peep from any one of my friends. Are they even my real friends at this point? And what's actually wild though is that one of them got complimented by another friend and he was wearing a dupe of Stronger With You Intensely. I wear a real fragrance. A fragrance I think is pretty good. I don't get complimented. But my friend wearing a $45 Boujeremy dupe gets the compliment. I give up. I was feeling kind of insecure about this fragrance, even though it is just day 2. So about an hour ago, I went into my mum's room and just straight up asked her what she thought of this scent on me. She thought it was okay. And then 30 minutes later, I get this text. She just had post-fragrance clarity. This is ridiculous. This isn't giving me much hope for the rest of the week, but I'm going to remain positive and I'm coming into Wednesday with a new spray game plan. I am locked in and I'm determined to get at least 1 proper compliment this week.
It is now Wednesday morning and I'm back with a new game plan today. 3 sprays on the skin and 3 sprays on clothing, because apparently on clothes increases the longevity of a fragrance, and that seems to be the main issue as to why I'm not getting as many compliments as I think I have the potential to with this fragrance. One limitation of this fragrance is that it works the best in colder weather, and I do live in Australia, and although it has been particularly cold this week, compared to the ideal temperature this fragrance was probably designed to be worn for, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. I just finished up at the gym, no compliment, but I'm about to go see my girlfriend, who usually loves these sweet vanilla type of scents, so I have a good feeling I could be in for a cheeky compliment. Pray for me. A cheeky little top up never hurt anyone, right? Just another couple sprays. Just hopefully that'll be enough for her to smell it. Oh, that's perfect. I'm now back from my girlfriend's house. I'm about to go walk home, and we secured the compliments. Yes, this is not a drill. We got it. Now that I'm saying that out loud, it sounds a little bit sad that I'm trying this hard to get a single compliment. She said I smell like a cinnamon candlestick. It's not exactly what I envision when I smell a Zara The Most Wanted Parfum, but I will take it. That's a wrap on Wednesday. I'm gonna go to bed now, lock in for tomorrow, and try and get another compliment. Thursday morning, I was getting ready for 2 university classes. I had friends in both classes, so I was ready for some compliments. I wasn't sure what to do with spray-wise, but I decided to go freaking crazy. I used some on the skin, some on the neck, some on clothes. I was suffocating myself. Can my editor do like a tally of how many sprays I just did? I swear I freaking lost count. Either I'm going to get a ton of compliments or suffocate everybody. No compliments today, despite spraying a whole bunch and having 2 uni classes. And with 1 day left to go on this challenge, I've already learnt a lot of lessons about cologne. The first is that you shouldn't be expecting to get random compliments, even if you use a ton of sprays with arguably a really nice smelling fragrance. I mean, I tried being easygoing, I try and be an approachable guy, and still I think, well, I'm only at 1.5 compliments this week. It's just how it is, apparently. But interestingly, probably the weirdest thing I've realized is that the more sprays I do, the less confident I feel. I swear, the more sprays I use, I just get more self-conscious that I'm overwhelming everyone's noses. And I feel like it shrinks my body language down, and in some way or another, reduces the chance of me getting a compliment. So I think tomorrow, we're going to go less sprays. I think less is more. That is the biggest thing I've learned so far. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Bright and early, by the way. How can I get more compliments, Leo? Tell me. Do you have the answers in that little brain of yours? I didn't have time to sympathize with myself though, because I was up bright and early at 6 a.m. on Friday. It honestly feels illegal that I'm about to spray cologne on and I'm going for a group run, but I'm just going to do 1 spray because you never know. Right in the middle. So as I'm running, it just goes behind me. They get a glorious toffee caramel scent trail. I want to go back to bed. I actually ended up getting a compliment. It wasn't during the run, but it was right before it started from one of my friends. I bet they were regretting saying that I smelled good because I was running ahead of him the whole time and he was probably just getting wafts of cologne for about 30 minutes. Week 1 of wearing the same fragrance every single day for science is officially complete. And the final stats are a total of 2.5 compliments in 5 days. Which honestly, now that I say it out loud, is really not that bad. And the reality is, I wasn't sure how many sprays to use of this fragrance, and I'm still not really sure, but I think the overall lesson I've learned is that less is more. Less is more when it comes to fragrance. But most importantly, what fragrance should I use next for week 2? I have a couple ideas. Latafa Kamra, Xerjoff Herbe Pure, maybe even something that I think smells terrible, but people say gets a lot of compliments, like Versace Blue Jeans. I don't know, it's up to you guys. The fate of week 2's testing is in your hands. The comment with the most likes or the fragrance most frequently commented, I will use for week 2. I'm gonna finish off this video by saying if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It did take quite a long time to make. And I'll also say,
Please never wear a fragrance expecting to get compliments from random strangers. Notice I didn't even get a single compliment from a random person the entire week. The only compliments I did get were from my loving girlfriend and my friends that already know me. I'm just saying, random compliments don't happen as often as many influencers will have you to believe.